If you thought the last chapter of Kirk Frost's chaos was messy, baby, you haven't seen nothing yet. Because this time, the lies aren't just rumors. They're in HD, they're time-stamped, and they're coming from not one, but two women who are done being quiet. Sunrise in Atlanta felt more like a slap than a blessing for Kirk. While most folks were still stretching and sipping coffee, Kirk was wide awake, pacing, sweating, dodging calls like bullets. His phone had become a war zone, blown up with missed calls, DM threats, tagged posts, and that dreaded notification, "You've been mentioned in Jasmine Washington's live video." But what had him really spiraling? A very public post. Jasmine, cool as ever, sipping coffee, with a filter that made her skin glow like gold, had gone live just hours earlier. She didn't scream, she didn't cry, she didn't have to, because the footage spoke for itself. In that footage, Kirk's voice, drunk, slurred, desperate, whispering to someone off camera, "Just wait, I told you I'd handle Rasheeda. Got this? Don't run your mouth. You know how these blogs be." And that's when all hell broke loose. Jasmine didn't even need to say much. Just posted a boomerang of her tapping a laptop folder labeled K-Files and let the internet do what it does best, explode. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Twitter Spaces launched, TikTok reenactments dropped by the hour. And Kirk, he was trending for all the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, Rasheeda was nowhere to be seen. Sources say she didn't go home that night. Number, Frost Bistro, no cameras. Just her, curled up on her sister's couch, phone in one hand, tears in the other, her fans flooding her DMs with love, prayers, and one collective cry, "Leave him." For good this time. But Kirk, as always, thought he could fix it. At 7 a.m., he called Jasmine, not once, not twice, 3 times. On the third try, someone picked up, not Jasmine, her best friend. Loud, clear, and recorded live. "Boy, bye. Save that speech for your wife and your lawyer." Click. Kirk's ego shattered like cheap glass. But instead of staying quiet, what did he do? He called an emergency meeting at Frost Bistro before opening hours, dragging in his tired manager, 2 boys from back in the day, and a cousin who once went viral for fighting a paparazzo in a parking lot. Witnesses say it looked like a bad episode of a soap opera. Kirk pacing, yelling, sweating. "It's all fake. She's doing this for clout. That girl C has always been jealous of Rasheeda." To which his cousin, who clearly had no intention of lying for him, fired back. "Brr, she got your face saved in her gallery, your chain, your watch, your voice on tape. Ain't no deepfake, my guy." The manager, trying to salvage something, whispered the dumbest plan imaginable. "What if we say, you were hacked?" Kirk nearly flipped the table. Meanwhile, Jasmine, unbothered, completely, she posted again, "Y'all keep calling me a side chick. I'm the main problem today. Stay tuned." Attached another boomerang. Her perfectly manicured nails tapping on the same laptop folder. At this point, fans were hysterical. They bombarded VH1 producers, demanded answers. Asked why old reunion footage of Kirk sweet-talking C. Mason backstage was suddenly missing. The internet had smelled a cover-up, and baby, once that scent hits, there's no turning back. And then came the bombshell, an audio file, leaked clear as daylight. Kirk's voice unmistakable. "Don't worry about Rasheeda. I'm handling her. Just stay in line." Boom. Mic drop. Instantly, hashtags lit up. Hashtag Kirk is cancelled. Hashtag protect. RASHEEDA. Hashtag Jasmine is petty goals. Even folks who never watched Love and Hip Hop were tuning in. People posted slow zooms of Rasheeda leaving her lawyer's office. Sunglasses on, lips tight. One paparazzo claims she whispered, "Let him explain this one on camera." And then, as if the scandal couldn't get any thicker, boom, another twist. C. Mason herself finally spoke up. Not on video, not in person, but with a classic Notes app screenshot. She didn't hold back. "I stayed quiet because I believed him, because I was naive. But I'm not his secret anymore. He paid my rent, bought me a car, promised me a spot on the show. All I got was fake love and a private heartbreak. Not anymore." She tagged Kirk. That post, reposted thousands of times within an hour. Meanwhile, Kirk's team was dead silent. No denials. No PR cleanup. Just panicked Jasmine, thriving. She posted a Kermit the Frog meme sipping tea while the internet burned down. But the tea didn't stop there. Fans dug deep. Real deep, they found a payment from Frost Enterprises to a boutique called CM Designs, LLC, which just happened to be owned by, you guessed it, C. Mason. The memo. Consulting. Consulting on what? Exactly. The comment sections turned savage. Was she consulting him on how to cheat quietly? Consulting him on how to pay off a mistress with company money? The jokes were brutal and constant. Behind closed doors, VH1 producers were in meltdown. A leaked report claimed they held a secret Zoom call that same afternoon. Half the team wanted Kirk off the show entirely before advertisers pulled out. The other half wanted to ride this scandal all the way to a reunion special, because let's be honest, reality TV doesn't get juicier than this. Back to Rasheeda. After her lawyer visit, her cousin posted a cryptic tweet. If y'all knew what she found in that man's old phone. Pray for my girl. Then quickly deleted it. Too late. That tweet sent the internet into detective mode. Old clips, past interviews, deleted posts. People began to notice patterns, women showing up in Kirk's life, like side missions in a bad video game. One even zoomed in on a blurry 2014 reunion episode where Kirk was seen handing someone a necklace. Backstage, a necklace C. Mason posted wearing years later. By afternoon, Jasmine was back on Instagram Live, rose in hand, comments flying. Drop the folder. Play the tape. Let's end him. And oh, she teased it. Flipping through her laptop, letting audio snippets slip out just loud enough to be recognized, but never enough to satisfy. Because Jasmine knew something nobody else did. The internet doesn't want the whole cake. It wants the crumbs, the tension, the anticipation. And then she whispered, "Tonight, I dropped something you can't unhear. Tell Kirk to call his lawyer before he calls me." By dinner, Kirk's PR team finally stirred and delivered the blandest, most useless statement imaginable. Recent allegations against Mr. Frost are being addressed privately. We ask for respect during this difficult time for his family. Comments disabled. But the internet, oh, it ripped that apart. Line by line. Respect, sir. You paid your side chick with your business account. Hardship. You've been a hardship. On Rasheeda's mental health. Privately. You were caught on tape. As Atlanta's skyline darkened, Kirk Frost, once the unbothered king of second chances, stood exposed. Ashes of his brand swirling across every blog, podcast, and group chat. But it wasn't over, because at exactly midnight, Jasmine went live. No filter, no wig, no glam. Just her. Raw, holding her phone like a weapon. You waited. I delivered, she said, then turned her camera toward her laptop. A grainy hotel hallway footage began to play, and there was Kirk. Sloppy drunk, leaning on the wall, talking to someone off camera. You tripping. I told you we gotta keep this quiet. Rasheeda, don't know nothing. I pay the bills. I say how this goes. You feel me? A female giggle in response, then silence. Then Jasmine's voice, sharp as ever. He pays the bills. Ain't that cute? She smiled. And just when fans thought it couldn't go deeper, she dropped the last grenade. Guess who else was 2 doors down in that hotel? Not Rasheeda. Not his mama. Another one. But I'm saving that tea for season 12. The comments exploded. Fans begging, crying, shouting, some in denial, some in celebration. All of them tuned in. The moment Jasmine ended that, live, the internet went silent for exactly 0.2 seconds, then chaos. Bloggers posted side by side the outfit Kirk wore in the grainy hotel footage. The exact same shirt, jeans, and busted leather jacket he had on when paparazzi caught him leaving Frost Bistro earlier that morning. No time to change. No time to cover his tracks. Receipts, verified. Meanwhile, Rasheeda's silence was getting louder. Fans were refreshing her feed every few minutes, waiting for even a single clue. Then it happened. She didn't go live. She didn't upload a selfie. She didn't drag nobody. She posted a black screen. White text, cold and precise. You never really know a person, but trust me, you learn. You survive, and you rebuild. Thank you to everyone who checked on me. I'm good. No names, no tears, just facts. The entire internet understood the subtext. She was done. She was done. One fan commented, "She said more in one post than Kirk ever said in 5 seasons. Another, "That ain't a message. That's a warning." Inside sources whispered that her lawyer had already filed preliminary divorce paperwork. One of Rasheeda's closest friends, whose cousin once dated a VH1 camera guy, claimed Rasheeda wasn't just walking away. She wanted everything. Frost Bistro, half his management cuts. Even rights to his skincare line, the same one she helped launch when he was too busy filming apology scenes. Kirk, nowhere to be found. But his PR team. Oh, they were scrambling, like ants under a magnifying glass. That same morning, they released a second statement. The video circulating online is taken out of context. Mr. Frost deeply regrets any pain caused and remains committed to his family. Fans weren't having it taken out of context. Sir, you said I pay the bills, I make the rules on camera. You confessed with the swagger of a man who thought he was untouchable. The comment sections were a digital roast session. Even TikTok therapists got involved. He's showing classic signs of narcissistic delusion. He weaponized financial control. This is emotional manipulation 101. And while Kirk was spiraling, Jasmine was ascending. She dropped her final blow, a screenshot, $115,000 bank transfer from Frost Enterprises to her LLC, memo, emergency hush payment. She didn't even caption it, just posted it with a laughing emoji and signed off for the night. But the storm wasn't over by morning. Gossip podcasts were dissecting every detail. A few advertisers quietly pulled back from Kirk's business endorsements. A popular skincare line issued a statement. We are reviewing our partnership in light of recent developments. Translation, you're out, Kirk. And then, because the universe loves poetic timing, Joseline Hernandez popped up out of nowhere with a hookah in her hand and pettiness in her heart. I told y'all years ago Kirk was trash. Y'all said I was hating. Look at him now. Rasheeda, come to Miami. Let that clown cry alone. Even Scrappy jumped into the mess, posting a reel of him sipping tea with the caption, when the truth comes out, it comes with receipts. Hashtag free Rasheeda, hashtag God.DONT, like ugly. And guess who else chimed in? Mimi Faust. She went live for 3 minutes, tilted her head, smirked, and said, y'all surprised Kirk got caught cheating again? I'm surprised Rasheeda still had that man on payroll. Mic drop. But VH1. Baby, they were foaming at the mouth. Reports said they rushed into emergency production meetings. Ideas thrown around included a 4-part redemption special, a sit-down with Jasmine and Rasheeda together, and even a full miniseries called Kirk Frost, caught in 4K. Meanwhile, fans noticed Rasheeda was moving in silence, but making moves. Photos popped up of her touring a new commercial space, a retail unit in downtown Atlanta, empty, pristine. Rumors swirled, she's gonna flip Frost Bistro into her restaurant. No Kirk, just Rasheeda, bossed up, divorced, unbothered, and Jasmine, still grinning. Her followers doubled in 48 hours. She teased a new podcast called Jasmine's Receipts, unfiltered, promising behind-the-scenes tea, deleted audio, and yes, the real story behind that hotel night. Even VH1 executives couldn't look away. Word was, they were planning to cut Kirk from the main cast altogether, promote Rasheeda as the solo face of the franchise, and turn Jasmine into a special correspondent for the reunion special. One insider said, she's got the tea, the tapes, and the timeline. She basically hijacked the show with an Instagram live. And Kirk, he finally crawled out of hiding. He went live, camera shaking, eyes red, background music soft, a sad piano instrumental like some bootleg Lifetime movie. He sniffled, cleared his throat, and said, I let my family down. I made mistakes. I take full responsibility. Please respect my family's privacy while we heal. Cue the comments section. Bro, you're not healing. You're hiding. Healing from what? Getting exposed. Was the piano track necessary? It was a mess? A full-blown Grammy-worthy performance. But it wasn't working. Rasheeda didn't engage. She didn't post. She didn't reply. But she did make one change that said everything. She removed Frost from all her social media bios. She wasn't Rasheeda Frost anymore. She was Rasheeda Boss. And that's when the internet truly crowned her Queen of Silent Revenge. While Kirk begged the internet for forgiveness, Rasheeda was busy finalizing her new lease. The rebrand had already begun. Frost Bistro. Word was she planned to rename it Rasheeda's Table and bring her own line of spice blends and cookbooks to market. Women everywhere were watching. Every ride or die who once defended Kirk now hit the brakes. Every woman who ever forgave, one-to-many apologies. They were reposting Rasheeda's black screen message like gospel. You never really know a person, but trust me, you learn. And Jasmine, she wasn't done. She teased that one more drop was coming, something even bigger than the hotel footage. She never said what, but one fan screen recorded her mumbling in a live. There's one more folder, not from me, from somebody else. Let's just say a baby picture's involved. And just like that, the pregnancy rumors exploded. A secret child. Another baby. The timelines didn't add up. Or maybe they did too perfectly. People started analyzing every episode, every reunion show, every clip where Kirk looked anxious, every scene where Rasheeda said, "We've moved past that." Had they really? No one knew for sure. But what they did know was this. The game had changed. No more Kirk cheated again. This was Kirk exposed. Caught on camera. Caught on tape. Caught on bank transfers. Caught in a hotel hallway looking lost. And Rasheeda wasn't the woman who stayed anymore. She was the woman who left. Quietly, powerfully, completely. By week's end, Kirk was MIA. Jasmine was trending. Rasheeda was glowing. And VH1 was prepping the messiest reunion in love and hip-hop history. No storyline could compare. No scriptwriter could top what real-life scandal just handed them on a diamond-plated platter. And as the fans tuned in, hashtags roared. Hashtag Team RASHEEDA. Hashtag Justice for the Black Screen. Hashtag Kirk caught in 4K. Hashtag Jasmine Goat Receipts. Hashtag Boss Moves Only. Hashtag VH1 Better Pay Her. Once thought he was the puppet master, controlling the narrative. Charming his way out of disasters, playing Rasheeda and everyone else like chess pieces. But baby, the queens flipped the board. And this time, the king fell hard. So next time you hear Kirk say, "I've changed," remember, change without consequences is just rehearsal. And this time, the consequences came with a camera, a laptop, and two women who refused to be silenced.